Disney Netflix's Iron Fist was better than Disney Plus live action MCU TV. Don't get me wrong, Iron Fist was still the weakest Disney Netflix show. The first season had a billion problems, like poor characterization, horrible action, telling versus showing, poor grasp of racial politics, boring and inconsistently written villains, and the feeling that it was all just a prologue to The Defenders, which was the second weakest Disney Netflix show. But one of the very few things that The Defenders did right was spotlighting and critiquing the problems with Iron Fist, both season 1 of the show and the character portrayed by Finn Jones. Most of that spotlighting and critiquing came in the form of apropos commentary by more beloved characters like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and most importantly Luke Cage, which that's another thing the Defenders got right, bouncing Mike Colter's Luke Cage and Finn Jones's Danny Rand off each other and taking advantage of their amazing chemistry. Essentially, the Defenders deconstructed the Iron Fist concept and character to rebuild them stronger than before. Then Finn Jones guest starred in a solid episode of Luke Cage, which proved that Iron Fist, when written competently, could be very entertaining. Honestly, if Disney Netflix had just pulled the trigger on doing the Heroes for Hire, Luke Cage, Iron Fist team-up show that fans wanted, and if that show had been placed in solid hands like those of Akila Cooper or Chio Hodari Coker, it really could have been something special. Not necessarily on par with a masterpiece like Daredevil, but perhaps a strong second, considering how Jessica Jones and The Punisher, the second and third best Disney Netflix shows, took some rather serious dips after their first seasons. Then Iron Fist Season 2 basically completed the show's redemption after Season 1. Again, it was still nowhere near perfect and still the weakest of the Disney Netflix shows, but it was still much improved. It still demonstrated that Jeff Loeb and the show's other creatives were listening to fan complaints and concerns regarding the show and the character of Danny Rand's Iron Fist, and it set up what could have been a phenomenal Season 3 if it hadn't been canceled. Now compare that to the Disney Plus model of making MCU TV shows, which has essentially consisted of finding unseasoned or unqualified writers and directors, many of whom have negative knowledge of or respect for the source material, giving them hundreds of millions of dollars as well as full creative control over Marvel content, mandating or at least encouraging storytelling that's less so focused on entertainment and more so focused on female empowerment and or racial politics and or political correctness, getting out of the way, hoping for success, then blaming fans or the market or both for inevitable failure. That model has led to letdown after letdown after letdown after letdown after letdown after letdown after letdown. Loki and WandaVision made some major mistakes, but were both pretty good and probably better than Iron Fist ever got while it was on Netflix, though WandaVision's ending and its message that Wanda should be excused for crimes against humanity because she was a grieving woman were ridiculous, while Loki's first season's seeming mandate that every male be depicted as weaker and stupider than every female was frustrating. But every other live-action Disney Plus MCU show has not only repeated the mistakes of Loki and WandaVision, but also enhanced them. Acting is required viewing for fans who just want to enjoy the films, focusing more so on being woke or culturally progressive than entertaining, diluting the overall quality of the brand, presenting a confusing timeline, making viewers unsure of how it fits into the timeline of the movies, delivering an ending that ruins even the little bit that was working about the show until the ending, telling unnecessary stories, lacking in visual quality, and coming across more so as a movie that's been chopped into uneven pieces and bloated with dozens of minutes of filler in order to work as episodes of TV. And unlike the creatives behind Iron Fist, the creatives behind Disney Plus's live-action MCU TV efforts refuse to listen to fans like me and others who are literally shouting from the rooftops to announce that we just want entertaining content that does justice to the terrific source material. Iron Fist had an indefensibly horrible Season 1, but the higher-ups heard the critics and fans, made a meticulous course correction, and ended the show on a Season 2 that was much improved and that only set the stage for even greater improvement down the line. Disney Plus delivered 2 live-action MCU TV shows that were good but had major problems, then followed up by delivering 7 more shows ranging from poor to unwatchable. The people behind that programming refused to listen to critics or fans and refused to course correct, except for possibly with Daredevil Born Again, only time will tell, and the declining viewership numbers and equally flagging stock prices are demonstrating why that was a bad decision. So yeah, Disney Netflix's Iron Fist was better than Disney Plus's live-action MCU TV in general. Tell me I'm wrong. And when you finish telling me, don't forget to like and subscribe.